Peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. And so with that being said, man, I have a very interesting video for you guys today, man. I'm so excited to be able to show you guys this video, man, because it gives I want to say a great detail in terms of what is in store and how these star seeds have been coming back in terms of, this generation that we live in today, okay? And not just this generation, the generation beforehand and the generation that will come, that our children will give birth to as well, all right? And so I was sent this video by one of my followers, man. I apologize because I'm unable to remember who sent it to me, man. I've been sent so many videos from so many different people, man, that it's hard for me to keep track at this point. But I did like this video, man, because it does give a great detail in terms of, the purpose of the crystal star seeds that we have given birth to, me, myself being an indigo star seed. Okay, and you have to understand that I want to say since about the late 1970s all the way up until this present day, there's been no old soul, no new souls being born, okay? Every soul that has been born is actually an old soul, all right? So there are no new souls that has been born all the way up until this present day. Every soul that has been born is actually an old soul, all right? And this is because we're preparing for war, all right? So you're seeing a lot of our ancestors being reborn back into this realm in order to set the mood. Okay, and so when you talk about all the way, I want to say from the 1970s all the way up until the early 90s, it was a lot of indigo star seeds being born or light workers being born at a very high rate around that time, because you have to understand that the indigo star seeds were basically sent here to, bring you guys into a new era of thinking, okay? In terms of, it's time to push those old rituals and things like that we've been subjected to due to the Bible and so on and so forth out the way, all right? It's time for us to start thinking on a new path. And so that's what we've been sent here to do, all right? And so then all the way from like the 1980s, I'm going to say the 1990s, all the way up until about the first decade of the 2000s, you have a lot of crystal star seeds that were being born specifically from the indigo star seeds, all right? And they were sent here on a specific mission. And then after them, they're going to give birth to the rainbow star seeds. It's going to be 3 different generations of people that's going to get here to usher, help you guys raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. All right. And so, because you have to understand, each of these groups have come here to actually help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. All right. And so that's why I love this video so much, because I feel like it gives a little bit of insight on the crystal star seeds and how special they are in terms of what they're actually here to do. All right. And so without further ado, man, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this video, man. Let's go.
Souls being born now, these children are very advanced. They're crystals. And they're being born with their eyes wide open. They're being born with erect spines. They're being born communicating with the mother in the womb and communicating with animals and even insects, believe it or not, because there's a field of study showing that bees and things like this do. These children are special. They're the old souls coming back. Up from about 67 to 87, we had what were called indigos being born.
Right.
And the indigos were here to fight or flight. They were part of the ancestors that had been mistreated. They were part of a culture of people who had been into wars and maimed and killed and in other ways separated from their bodies. And they came here to get it on. Well, unfortunately, a group of people I call Dracons, following a group of people I call Illuminati, who want control of the planet and don't want her to progress, they were the ones that saw this coming, so they gave them a war to fight. They came in here to fight them, but they came in and they gave them wars to fight, like at Vietnam, like in the Persian Gulf, like wherever they want to. And instead of fighting who they should, they used that vehemence and that physical activity to do just in fighting whoever they say, themselves or anybody else that they were instructed to. And I laugh with that But not to laugh because it's funny. It's very tearful. I laugh to stop from crying, to see how those men were misused and those women were misused. They depleted uranium in the Persian Gulf. They got Agent Orange, blue, green, and purple, and yellow in those canisters in Vietnam, and they're messed up for life. And then, of course, the last part, and a lot of the brothers and sisters don't like me to say it, but they got them fighting the air in what they call gangster rap, and fighting and acting bad and evil. But who are they fighting? Nobody but themselves, acting stupid up there, cursing to let loose all that venom, but the venom was misused. It could have been channeled in mind control with that same kind of vehemence and gotten much more effectiveness. So we've been misused as a people, but in many cases, it's the parents that have allowed it, and the propagated ignorant children then, because of ignorant parents, to continue it. I know that people don't like that, but it's how I feel.
Man, you know what, man? A lot of the things that he said is true. Now, I do feel like he kind of was off a little bit with the dates, man. But overall, I feel like everything that he said was true, especially in terms of the indigo starseeds, all right? Because me, myself, being indigo starseeds, man, a starseed, you have to understand that most of us are what I like to say called like psychic children, even including the crystal babies, okay? And that's because, you know, I know, speaking for myself, man, since I was a child, man, I had a heightened intuition, all right? I could feel things happening before they actually happened. I could visually see them. You know, I feel like I was born into this realm with my third eye open. Okay, I had clear sight. You know, we talk about when your third eye begins to open, man, meaning that pineal gland, man, you get what is called clairvoyance, and clairvoyance only means to have clear sight, clear audio, so on and so forth. So it was almost as if I would be able to see things before they happen, and this would be via dreams or just, you know, whatever you may have you may have it. You know what I'm saying? Also, I've always been an imp, even up until this present time. You know what I'm saying? I could just feel the energy. I could walk into a room and I could tell you if something was off, okay? That's because it's like that energy was just vibrating directly through my soul. And, you know, I could feel just the emotion of it all in terms of like whether it was good energy, whether it was bad energy, whether, you know, the mood was up, whether it was down, so on and so forth. And even to this day, I can still feel that, all right? And I feel like even in the midst of everything that has happened to me within these past few years, this is the reason why I was able to come through it. It's because of, you know, my imp, how much of an imp I am in terms of energy. All right. And this is due to me being an indigo starseed. Okay. And like I told most of you, I was pushed into this. This is something that I didn't want to do, man. But this is why I came here. All right. And the universe forced me into this. But at the same time, I do understand that I'm protected. All right. And as I was saying earlier, a lot of us indigo starseeds, man, we are actually here to teach. We have warrior souls. I've always been a warrior. I've never laid down. I've never wanted to lay down. I've always wanted to fight. And I'm not talking about a physical fight. Whatever fight that I felt like I had to fight, I did not want to be bullied. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I've always had that warrior soul in me. And I always felt like in my past life that I was a warrior. You understand what I'm saying? And so when we talk about the crystals in particular, you have to understand that their job is going to be the bridge between the old ways and the new ways. Okay? They're going to be that bridge that's going to be able to link the old and the new together. And they're going to be doing this through unity. Okay? They're here to basically teach you how to think outside of the box, to be open-minded in all of your thinking, all right? And like these children are very much in tune with nature as well. All right? And a lot of them are going to be moving things with their mind and things like that, okay? Because as I've said, these are psychic children with psychic abilities, and it seems scary, but I do remember that or it seems like crazy when I speak this to you, but I remember a follower of mine actually sent me a video where it was children pushing things with their mind, and those are crystal starseeds. I'm gonna have to go through my inbox, man. I'm gonna dig that video up for y'all, man, because he just recently sent me this video and asked me what I thought about it, man. Okay? And so these are a lot of the crystal starseeds that you see, because, you know, a lot of these crystal starseeds were born to indigo children that was born within a specific time rate or a time frame. You see what I'm saying? And so these children are going to be very, very unique. All right? And as always, as I've said on many occasions, that when we come into this realm, we already come with a purpose. And because there are no new souls being born, we come with a very powerful purpose. Most of us who've been coming here since the late 90s, all the way up until this present moment, and will come in the next generation, which will be born through our children, which are the crystal starseeds. Okay, we come with a very specific purpose, and that is to help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. Okay, and to take you into the new, form of spirituality and things like that, to give you the truth, basically. All right, and so, like I've always said, when we come here, these people can tell because our energy level is so high at the time of birth that they actually go in to start to read our astrology charts. All right. And then not just speaking for us, but for the other souls that are here at this present moment, they take us away by distracting us. It goes back to the lab that I was just talking about. They take us away by putting distractions in us. When we first come through the room, they hit us with the shot. They want to try to alter our DNA at that present moment as soon as we come through the womb. Then they take us through the schooling system, okay? And they start to reprogram us, remold us, because, we know what the etymology of the word education means. It means to mold or to train. You see what I'm saying? And so they start to take us through these school systems, all right? And they start to reframe our mind state in order to make us forget what our agenda was. And then we go home and we watch these televisions, and they furthermore program us through the television. You see what I'm saying? And then they're teaching us new things through the television, giving us a vision of life. And then we grow up. Either we go back to school or we go into the new agenda, which is working. And we're furthermore distracted through jobs, paying bills, so on and so forth. Okay? And so throughout this whole process, we begin to lose our purpose. We begin to forget why we came here. All right? And so what you have to understand about that situation is that for most of us who came back to do a specific thing in this realm, our genetics, if they don't begin to activate earlier on in life, it's going to activate in some way, form, or fashion down that line, okay? And unfortunately, some of us are going to have them activated through traumatic events. And that's how man happened. Man had to be activated through traumatic events. Okay? And so, yeah, I just felt like this video was very important. And you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do a video on the YouTube channel so I can go more into detail in terms of what the difference between indigo star seeds, crystal star seeds, and rainbow star seeds, and go further into their specific purpose for being, produced back into this realm, okay? Because as I said, none of us are new souls, okay? And so with that being said, man, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead, man. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube at I Am Awakened, man. This upcoming Sunday, man, we will be doing our first lecture, and it's going to be on the moon. It's going to be a very, very interesting lecture, and I want to prove to you guys just how fake this moon is, man. You hear me? Everything has been placed in front of us in a strategic manner in order for us to be kept in a stagnant motion. And so I'm hoping that with this lecture, it's going to open you guys' eyes up just a little bit more to what, they've blinded us to for all of these generations. All right. So don't forget to go over there and follow me. Also, don't forget to hit that bell, man, and select all. That way you are notified of the live. And every time I go live, because we're going to start doing more of the lectures on that platform. All right. Also, don't forget to follow me on I Am Awakened _chosen at Instagram. Okay. Follow me on Instagram at I Am Awakened _chosen. We're going to be doing cleaner eating on there. We're going to help us. I want to show you guys how you raise that vibration up through clean eating. Also give you some things that's going to be able to appeal to your taste buds as well. Because being a vegetarian or a vegan for that matter does not have to be a stale eating lifestyle. All right. And also you can follow me at I Am Awakened 2 on this channel. It's going to be the backup channel because we know that they're trying to shadow ban most of us who are out here speaking any form of truth. Okay. We see what's going on with Kanye West at this present moment. I have my feelings against that. But at the same time, we do see that he's speaking some facts in terms of the things that he's speaking on. And so with that being said, I want to leave you guys as I came, man. Please, please, please always be aware. Because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.